Hello, everyone. I am dwangoAC. Welcome to the interesting tool-assisted speedrun content I have for you. I'm going to get started right away. 3, 2, 1, and go. So this is going to be Super Mario Bros. 1, played by Happily, being played on a real Nintendo console. So, although I did start it too soon, of course, inevitably, it wouldn't be... You can actually see that right on the terminal. I actually started too quickly. Let's do this one more time. This is Super Mario Bros. 1 by Happily. This is a warps run. You're going to see Mario doing some pretty crazy things that are not typical, and we're doing this on real hardware. So I'm not sure if Twill is still around and wants to commentate on any random things that happen, but you're more than welcome.
I'm on the Zoom call, but I don't know if they can hear me on the stream. Can we get confirmation?
Oh, yeah, they can hear you. I'm running you
They
through
can hear me?
soundboard. Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy. Oh, I gotta not say anything bad.
I know, right?
Oh, man. I gotta be good.
Yeah.
So, I did want to jump in real quick because I've actually never seen this. And so before you went live, you were explaining to me a little bit about this. And I think it's so neat that this is like not like a simulator. This is not like on a computer. Like this is actually on an OG system.
Yeah, this is happening on a real console. You can actually see the video game console right here. This is not modified in a way that would change anything about how the game plays. It is modified to extract the RGB video signal, so that's why it looks so clear. I don't remember my video game consoles looking like this when I was a kid, I gotta tell you. All we've done is we've just tapped the video feed. Otherwise, this is an entirely unmodified console, a completely unmodified cartridge, and we're just connecting TASBot directly to the controller port. It's kind of like a player piano. Have you ever seen a player piano with like a piano roll playing back a song?
Yes.
Okay. It's like that, but instead of playing back a sequence of notes to play a song from beginning to end, we're playing back a sequence of button presses. We're going to complete the game perfectly.
I think it would be really cool because my husband and I was telling you earlier, we love the Mario ROM hacks. And so I wonder how TASBot would handle something like that.
Just fine.
Just fine. Oh, man.
Now, it is a laborious process. In this case, this particular
sure.
tool-assisted speedrun came from tasvideos.org, and I should present a little bit more information about that. I am dwangoAC, keeper of TASBot, but I am also dwangoAC senior ambassador on staff at tasvideos.org. This particular run came from TASVideos. You'll find it at tasvideos.org/1715m.html. This was made by Happily all the way back in 2011 and still has not been improved. This is as fast as we believe Super Mario Bros. 1 can be beaten as far as the hardware and the game's code is concerned. It's the fastest completion of the game you could theoretically come up with without cheating and modifying how the game works.
Oh my gosh. I'm not gonna lie, watching this gives me anxiety because I'm like, oh no, Mario, no.
And that's half the fun.
It is.
So, and by the way, there is still very much the risk of failure, right? I already had one failure earlier. We call it a desync. Sometimes it happens because of static electricity. Sometimes it happens because of electromagnetic interference. If I do the wrong thing and bump a cable, it's all going to go wrong. So, you know, there's some risks here. It's a live demo, stressful. You never know what's going to break, but that's okay. So what you're seeing here is situations where various different mechanics are used. You'll see that Mario is actually jumping backward right now because it happens to be faster. Here, he's deliberately delaying in order to get these bullet bills to line up so he can do a flagpole glitch. This is also done by humans, but typically only in segmented runs because the difficulty is...
Oh, yeah.
I can't do it. I don't know about you, but...
Yeah, well, I mean, and granted, I know this is not the same as, like, a speed run, but I know, like, sometimes with those speed runs I watch on Twitch, you know, they have to get it just right, like, just the right frame or just the right whatever to make it so perfect, you know, in order to pull off these really tricky maneuvers. So it's, I don't know, it's really fascinating for me.
It is fascinating to me, I have to say.
Right. So cool.
I know. So one of the things that's interesting about tool-assisted speedruns in general is it's an expression of perfection. The people who make this spent a lot of time, and in this case, Happily, on this particular run, spent... this one was kind of low. This was 9,739 re-records. A re-record is any time where you're playing the game in an emulator. You pause at a certain place, make a save state, try something, and if you fail, you just go back and try again. Now, he'd actually made many, many efforts prior to this, so it's not really reflective of the total effort that went into this particular run, but you can kind of get the impression of how much work that is. You try something, you fail, you back up, you try again until it's absolutely perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's a tremendous amount of work.
That was
what?
That was the whole thing. 4 minutes and 57 seconds. Yep.
No! No!
You know.
I want my childhood back.
I know.
Actually,
right?
no, I don't. It's like, it's infuriating as it is cool.
Yeah, I get that. So
we've got someone in the chat going, I'm angry watching this because of the amount of close calls, WTF. Yeah,
yes.
No, absolutely, absolutely.
Exactly. That tends to be the thing. So we're going to do this one. We're going to be SMB2. So we're going to switch cartridges.
Okay. Gosh. Oh, gosh. I'm so trolled by this. I was I'm just going to sit here today and host and work on my comic, and no, that's not what's happening.
That is not what's happening, no.
That's not what's happening.
So this is Super Mario Bros. 2. It's a famous game. We're going to turn the console off, hit enter. Also released as Doki Doki Panic, and then reskinned in the United States.
Yes, that's true.
This particular tool-assisted speedrun was made by MTVF1 and Chatterbox. This particular run was released back in 2018. They did 14,397 re-records. That's backing up and trying again. And you're going to see some really unusual strategies here. This is a warps run where we're going through it. Actually, no, this one is a princess-only run. I should be specific. There are some warps here, but it only uses the princess character. Now, right here, just to give you an idea of some of the glitches, right here, there's a technique to use that POW block and this bomb to then clip through the floor, right here. So that was a way to warp back to the end, and then use that enemy 3 times to. This is not fair. I can't even commentate this fast.
It's not. Oh, but it's so cool.
It is.
It's an infuriating train wreck. Like, it's not just a train wreck, it's infuriating, and that's why you can't look away.
I know. You can't.
Yeah.
And then the technique to use that longer than expected to get through that door quickly. Yet again, just another situation of... gosh, I can't play like this. I had this game when I was a kid. It kicked my butt. It was so hard.
Yes.
And then to see it destroyed like this. So what makes tool-assisted speedruns fascinating is you're basically taking a lot of time, lots and lots of time, usually months of effort, in order to play the game really fast. And what you're usually doing is using an emulator, and then you would typically play these back in an emulator. But emulators have become so accurate that we're now able to define those set of button presses in order, and then play them back. And that's what TASBot is doing here. By the way, I don't know if you noticed this, but if you look in the lower left corner, you'll see a little bit of animated art on TASBot's eyes. This is TASBot's first ever release into the wild in his new form with the new eyes, the new everything. I'm super happy about how this came together. My team on the TASBot Discord server put a lot of effort into making this happen. This is the first time anyone's actually seen this. And yes, that is the MAGFest logo playing on TASBot's eyes, animated by...
so cute!
It's so awesome. Animated by Super Dragonite. The controller you see with the buttons replaced with LEDs was made by a member who's no longer with us. His name is Micro500. Want to say thank you for all of the effort he put in over the years. This has been a massive effort to get to this point. What you're seeing right now is a preview of what you'll see if you can make it to MAGFest in January of next year. Super MAGFest will include these 3 runs that I'm showing you today, along with several others in a panel format to go through all of them in detail. You'll be able to hold TASBot if you want. It's going to be a lot of fun. So if you can make it to Super MAGFest, you should totally do that.
You can all have collective jaws on the ground.
I know, right?
Like I have right now. I'm just, wow.
Watching this is, I mean, I'm doing a terrible job of trying to say everything. There's too much to say.
No, it's so fast. I'm like, I should stop talking so he can actually talk about his panel.
And this is taking advantage of a lot of warps. There's a warp to World 6, and again, Princess only. There's a lot of strategies that are ignored in a speedrun. We don't care about getting perfection on the extra life at the end. We're just going to ignore all that. Swag right there, by the way. A little bit of jumping under an enemy, because why not? This one is a very solid platformer, a solid run, a solid demonstration of what a tool-assisted speedrun can look like. But just wait till you see Super Mario Bros. 3, because that one in particular is out as well of corner clipping effectively, being able to skip down one row of sand. So that's a technique that human runners are also able to do, but it's hard to manipulate those enemies into the right position. And one of the things a tool-assisted speedrun can do is perform different button presses ahead of time to force the random number generator into a desired outcome. One of the things that's fascinating about these old video game consoles like the Nintendo is there was no such thing as real randomness. All of these video game consoles used player input solely to seed the random number generator, or more specifically, the pseudo-random number generator. By the way, this is not the technique you're supposed to use through this area. You're supposed to be on a cape, but why bother when you can just do that?
Screw the rules. I've got a TASBot.
So, the only part that TASBot's doing here is taking the sequence of button presses and playing it back on the original console. All of the effort you're seeing here was done, in this case, by the authors who are MTV, F1, and Chatterbox. Huge credit to them for doing a fantastic job on this. So often extremely jaw-dropping. But so I was talking about deterministic consoles. Basically, on an original Nintendo, there wasn't any real randomness. The only way to seed the pseudo-random number generator was with player input. But if you always provide exactly the same sequence of button presses, the random number generator is always seeded with the exact same values, and you always get deterministic output from that random number generator. You're going to see that more in the next run I'm going to show you with Super Mario Bros. 3. One of the challenges that people like Mitch Flowerpower, who run this game in real time, one of the challenges they have is if they get movements of the Hammer Brothers on the world map, it takes extra time every extra step those Hammer Brothers move. A run can be entirely scuttled if they move more than you expected them to.
Yep.
And in this case, because we fully control the random number generator, or at least can influence it, I don't want to say we completely control it, but because we can influence it, we're able to manipulate those enemies into not moving around, or at least only moving in exactly the direction we want them to.
That's incredible. Because I have literally seen speedruns where they're going for records and they get thrown off because of things that are just that mind blown over and over again.
Exactly. So this one's already coming to a close, if you can believe it. It went really fast.
I can't believe it because of the adorable bot. There are no gods, just TASBot.
Oh man, I've heard that before.
Oh really?
Yes, there are definitely people who say the phrase "I bow to our robot overlords." So TASBot is a fixture at Games Done Quick charity events. Content that the community that has built up around this has created has helped raise over $1 million for various different charities at Games Done Quick and other charity events. It's just been an incredible experience being part of that. I started doing this in 2013. I was not the first person to do tool-assisted speedruns at a GDQ event, but it certainly accelerated greatly after AGDQ 2014, and it's been an amazingly wild ride ever since. If anyone watching, listening, hearing about this has any interest in how to play these things back on a real console, you can do it at home. We are making replay devices available in as much as we can amidst chip shortages. We're already at the final boss. So if you are interested in seeing this kind of thing happen on your own console at home, just head on over to the TASBot Discord server. You can go to discord.tas.bot or just look up TASBot in the Discord community. This is not an advertisement. We don't make money on any of this. We are a charity-organized or charity-focused community, but we'd love to have more folks join us at any time, so feel free to swing on over. And by the way, we're almost there. Time is in just a second here. And that's it. That was the whole thing. It's kind of crazy how that happens, but this next one is going to be Super Mario Brothers 3. Just put 3 here. Okay. Turn this console off really quick. Swap cartridges.
I've only known you for maybe an hour, but you're making me cry, man. You're making me cry. I'm getting emotional.
Oh, so this is going to be the Warp's run of Super Mario Bros. 3 made by Lord Tom, Maru, and Tampa. And this particular run was a lot. This one was 21,692 re-records for this particular iteration. But that's just a drop in the bucket for how much has gone into this run. So right here in a second, you're going to see the Hammer Brothers manipulation I was referring to. They're going to make that Hammer Brother only move 1 square. Here you're going to see some backward slides to preserve momentum. Try and keep off the ground as much as possible. So that allows the speed to stay as high as it can possibly be. Mitch Flower Power is capable of doing a similar strategy, but there's only so much you can do. What you saw there, a lot of that was frame-perfect mechanics that are extraordinarily difficult for a human to manipulate. Right here, you're going to see some strategies to fall through the white block. And I don't know about you, but I saw the movie The Wizard, and I saw this white block. It's like, that's cheating. But you can do this. You can just run and then drop on the very last frame and then run behind. You don't actually have to wait to drop on the ground.
Why not?
Why not?
Why not?
I'm not actually...
I'm sorry, I'm watching the Twitch stream. And the comments are just so funny, and I'm like, do not say those out loud, you will get in trouble.
Oh no, I want to know. I'm so sorry.
We have my friend is in the chat, and I'm talking about her a little bit. Her name's Shubs. She's like, sorry, I'm dying. She's like, Mario went butt first down a hill full of turtles and said, F your leg sweep, I got a tail.
Oh man.
Her commentary, it's spot on.
So we're already at World 8. That is pretty funny, by the way. We're already at World 8, headed to some of the more annoying auto-scrollers. So if you got to do an auto-scroller, you might as well throw in a little bit of swag. Why not?
Oh, yeah.
So just clip into the boat, or with the ship, or whatever you want to call it. Just everyday normal things.
Just Mario things. Hashtag just Mario things.
Just Mario things.
Just Mario things.
So why get one up when you can get, I don't know, a bunch? So just keep an eye on that 1-up count. Oh, by the way, that particular sound is a glitch that happens in the game. You can trigger it in real-time runs as well. It is an interesting programming thing that causes a very funny sound. You're going to also see some really weird glitches through here where it looks like they're walking off of pipes that are invisible in the middle of the air, or other bizarre behavior. I'll point it out when we get there. There we go. There was another one of those weird sounds. The TAS is just showing off at this point.
Oh, absolutely.
Showboating. And then one last one. Get this leaf, but then ignore it. Okay, I will grab it anyway. This is my game, right? And the reason this particular game is so special to me is in many ways it was the beginning of what made tool-assisted speedruns popular. Back in 2003, before the days of YouTube, before YouTube even existed, back when we were all on Pentium 3 processors, Morimoto released a video of a Super Mario Bros. 3 time attack. It was in Japanese. The website that went with it was in Japanese. It didn't make any sense. By the way, this is a clip to force Mario farther to the right than he would normally be able to get. That allows him to enter this pipe faster than normal. That saves a few frames. So Morimoto released a video, just a badly encoded WMV file on the internet, and just traded through file sharing sites. And it showed this game being beaten in 11 minutes, and it blew my mind. I saw it, I had to know more. It was done in a very, very bad emulator, but it started a lot of drama, because it wasn't labeled in a way that English readers could understand what was going on. And so a lot of people thought it was cheating, that it was all fake. So right there, Mario just walked on thin air by walking off the top of one of those wrench-throwing dudes, who I always forget the name of, and I should know. But so I'm sure someone...
I like wrench-throwing dudes.
Wrench-throwing dudes? I always call them wrench-throwing dudes. They have an actual name. I'm sure someone in chat will absolutely have the right name.
Aren't those the guys that kind of look like turtles? Like, I always think of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles when I see them. I don't know why. And I know it has nothing to do with TMNT, but just instantly.
Exactly. So this tool-assisted speedrun wasn't labeled as a tool-assisted speedrun, and it upset a lot of people, especially in the Speed Demos Archive community and the real-time speedrunning community, that felt that what was being shown was tantamount to fraud. They saw it as cheating. They saw it as if Mario was playing in the doped Olympics. So maybe I shouldn't say that, but it caused a lot of controversy. And ultimately, BizQuit came along and created what originally was NES Videos and became TASVideos.org as a site to make sure that tool-assisted speedruns were properly labeled. And that's one of the reasons that I'm very careful about making sure I say this is made with tool-assisted speedrun techniques. He made sure there was attribution and a link back to TASVideos.org in all video encodes so that no one was ever confused. And those tenets still stand to this day. If you go to TASVideos.org and click on any of the videos, you'll see they all have a proper disclaimer saying it is a tool-assisted speedrun so that we're never passing off something that was done with tools as if it were human effort.
That's good. That's good. We got someone in the chat who said the official name is Wrench Throwy Turtle Jerks and headcanon accepted.
Okay, I'm all right with this.
I'm cool with that.
I am all right with this.
Gosh, but you said earlier, like, oh, before the days of YouTube. Like, do you remember those days?
Yeah, they were terrible.
12 Ridge Farm remembers, and I agree, it was terrible. And it's just so funny though to see like how like internet drama over the years evolves. But like even still, it's so similar. But I think he just win? Yes, he just won.
Not yet. We still have to get to Bowser. We're getting there pretty quick though. Delaying schedules since 2013. I only had one minor quick reset at the very beginning, only because I turned the console on before TASBot was ready. There is a Raspberry Pi Zero W in TASBot's head driving the animation and playing this game at the same time, but it's a lot to ask of that tiny board. So I've got for those geeks in the audience who actually care about this stuff, I have a Pi Zero 2W coming that I'll be putting in there shortly. If those words made any sense to you at all, you owe it to yourself to come join us at discord.tas.bot. There's all kinds of fun shenanigans going on there.
To be honest, I probably know some nerdcore rappers who would adore the crap out of this.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Man, this level makes me sick. This was so hard to play when I was
right.
I should be talking more about the merits and the strategies of the things they're doing here, but it's just
You've got a question. What is the HW that is playing the game itself?
What is the hardware that's playing the game itself?
Input into the NES.
So, I actually skipped over a really big thing that I was going to get to toward the end, but now is actually a fantastic time because we're already headed toward the end. TASBot is holding a replay device. A replay device is something that pretends to be a controller. This particular replay device was made by Onosaurus with code from the MOS 3212. Oh gosh, who else was involved? There were a bunch of people involved in this one. A number of people in the community have helped out. We are actively trying to get parts despite the supply shortage, and if we can, we will have TASTM32 replay devices available for sale. Again, we're not making any money off of this. We're not out for profit. It's just for folks in the community that want to be able to see this at their own home. And usually it's the cables that's the most problematic. Okay, so you might notice that Mario currently has 95 lives. And that's a shame. We can't just leave it at 95 lives. We got to do something better than that. But there's not much time left, so...
Gosh, TASBot!
97. Almost there.
Oh.
Getting there. I wonder if we can do it before the end of the level. I mean, I know I'm being facetious, but... It's tight, though, because they wanted to get the 99 lives without losing any time. So there's something called time speed entertainment trade-offs in tool-assisted speedruns. And this one does not make any speed or entertainment trade-offs. It manages to do what you've seen so far without losing any time. It is the fastest known warps completion of the game. This particular record was set in 2019. It would take some pretty major new strategies to exceed this. But there Mario has 99 lives right there. There's a whole bunch of minor manipulation of the score, for instance. The score needs to be certain values in order to be easier math to save a frame. There's all kinds of silly optimizations that are even now being incorporated into Mitch Flowerpower's real-time runs. Mitch also uses this strategy. If you come in with a star, it is possible to ignore the lift there and wall jump at just the right time to get through there with the star to take out that thwomp and then clip through this wall to get through the castle quicker. It is human viable, but it's extraordinarily risky, so it's typically not a strategy that's employed. Now, you can send Bowser to the deeps, but you can also just do that. And we are coming up on time. Thank you so much for watching. I am dwangoAC. This is TASBot. Thank you so much for joining me on commentary, by the way. I really appreciate it. It was fun having you here.
Yeah, wasn't expecting it, but it was a lot of fun. And I did want to remind everyone, I know we've said this before again and again, but Dwango will be at MAGFest Prime this January, giving a full presentation, correct?
That is correct.
So you should definitely go see him. Go see the cute TASBot. Hope he doesn't hack into your Gibson, but you know.
That's it, right. Thank you so much for your time. You can join us at, you can find me on YouTube at dwangoAC, so youtube.com/dwangoAC. I'm also at twitch.tv/dwangoAC. We're at discord.tas.bot. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful day, guys.